Welcome to this audiobook-style breakdown of The Subtle Art of Not Giving a FCK by Mark Manson, one of the most brutally honest, refreshingly blunt self-help books ever written. If you're exhausted by fake positivity, endless motivational fluff, and pressure to always be happy, you're in the right place. Manson delivers a reality check. Equal parts humor, tough love, and deep insight. He doesn't tell you to be extraordinary. He tells you to get real. His main idea: life is limited, especially our time and energy. So we need to stop giving a FCK about everything and start giving a FCK about the right things. Let's dive in and rethink what it really means to live a good life. Chapter 1. Don't Try. The book opens with a story of Charles Bukowski, a man who became a successful writer not because he believed in himself, but because he didn't. He accepted his flaws, kept writing, and didn't care if people liked it. His tombstone says it all: don't try. But what does that mean? It doesn't mean laziness or giving up. It means stop chasing some perfect image of success. When we desperately try to be better all the time, we reinforce the message that we're not enough right now. The self-help industry tells you, be more positive, be more confident. But that's often just another way of saying, you're not okay as you are. Instead, Manson says, accept reality. Start where you are. Be honest about your flaws. That's when real change happens, not from trying to fake it, but from facing it. Chapter 2. Happiness is a problem. We're obsessed with happiness. But Manson flips the script. Happiness isn't found by avoiding problems. It's found by solving better problems. Want to be happy? Pick better struggles. Think about it. You want a fit body? Embrace the pain of working out. Want a strong relationship? Accept the hard conversations. Growth doesn't come without discomfort. Manson writes, life is an endless series of problems. The solution to one problem is just the start of another. So stop looking for a life without problems. It doesn't exist. Instead, ask yourself, what pain am I willing to endure? That's where real happiness lives. Chapter 3. You are not special. This one stings, but it's necessary. We live in a culture obsessed with being special and unique. But when everyone thinks they're extraordinary, nobody is. Manson argues that this entitlement is toxic. Believing you're always exceptional leads to disappointment. It sets unrealistic expectations. And when reality doesn't match, we feel like failures. Truth is, most people are average, and that's okay. In fact, embracing your averageness can be empowering. Why? Because it lets you focus on growth instead of ego. Instead of trying to be the best, just try to be better. Over time, that leads to something real. Chapter 4. The Value of Suffering. Let's talk about pain. Pain is inevitable. But suffering? That's a choice, depending on what you give a F***CK about. Manson introduces the idea of values. Your values shape what you're willing to suffer for. And not all values are created equal. Good values: honesty, responsibility, curiosity, things you control. Bad values: being liked by everyone, always being right, things outside your control. If your values suck, your life will too. But if your values are strong, even your pain can feel meaningful. So ask yourself, what am I suffering for? Is it worth it? If not, change your values and your life will change with them. Chapter 5. You're always choosing. Here's a tough truth. You're responsible for everything in your life. Not because everything is your fault, but because it's your response that matters. You can't control what happens, but you can control how you deal with it. Responsibility isn't about blame. It's about ownership. And ownership gives you power. Think of it like this. If someone crashes into your car, that's not your fault. But how you respond with anger or patience is your choice. Victimhood might feel comforting, but it's disempowering. You're always choosing. Even doing nothing is a choice. So take responsibility for your choices and take your power back. Chapter 6. You're wrong about everything. Here's a humbling realization. You're wrong about a lot, and that's okay. Manson explains that growth doesn't come from being right. It comes from being less wrong over time. Smart people aren't always correct. They're just willing to question their beliefs. Most of what you believed 10 years ago You've probably changed some of it. So why assume you're 100% right now? Certainty is a trap. Doubt is useful. Because when you admit you might be wrong, you open the door to learn something new. Be curious. Be humble. And accept that being wrong is part of becoming better. Chapter 7. Failure is the way forward. Nobody likes failure, but failure is how you grow. Manson introduces the do something principle. Action leads to motivation, not the other way around. We often wait for inspiration before starting something. But Manson flips it. Start doing and inspiration will follow. Success isn't about avoiding failure. It's about learning through it. Every successful person failed. Often, but they didn't stop. They learned, adjusted, and moved forward. So don't wait. Don't hesitate. Just start and let failure teach you the way. Chapter 8. The importance of saying no. To live well, you need to say no a lot. Why? Because your time, energy, and attention are limited. Saying yes to everything leads to mediocrity. Saying no to what doesn't matter lets you say yes to what does. Modern life gives us too many options, and the more we have, the less satisfied we feel. Manson argues that commitment is scary but freeing. It narrows your focus. It brings depth. Stop trying to keep all doors open. Choose the ones that matter, and shut the rest. Chapter 9. And then you die. Yes, the final chapter is about death, and for good reason. Manson reminds us that death is the ultimate reality check. It puts everything into perspective. You're going to die, and that's liberating. Why? Because it reminds you what really matters. Legacy isn't about being remembered forever. It's about how you use the time you have now. The fact that life is short should inspire urgency, not anxiety. Let it push you to live with intention. Stop chasing immortality. Start living purposefully. Final thoughts. The subtle art of not giving a FCK. So what is the subtle art of not giving a FCK? It's not about apathy. It's about choosing wisely. It's not about avoiding struggle. It's about finding the struggle worth enduring. It's not about being right. It's about being real. Manson's message is simple. You only have so many FCKs to give. Don't waste them. Give your energy to things that align with your values. Let go of the rest. That's how you live a good life. Not by having more, doing more, or being more, but by caring more about less. Thanks for listening to the summary of The Subtle Art of Not Giving a FCK by Mark Manson. If it helped shift your mindset, consider picking up the full book. It's raw, hilarious, challenging, and filled with more no-nonsense wisdom. And remember, you only get so many FCKs to give. Use them wisely.